This is the last episode of this trip to Miami. And we're here. Where are we going today?
I don't know.
Speaking of Microsoft, where do you want to go today?
What does that have to do?
They had a slogan. Where do you want to go today?
Yeah.
Medical cannabis dispensary.
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah.
They're everywhere, man. There's one next to where I live. In Jersey. I don't like the stuff that they sell. It's very like... Not that I'm a pothead or anything like that. I mean, I went once, but...
A statement like
I don't like the
stuff they sell. That's only
no,
a pothead could make that
no,
clear.
no. I'll tell you this.
Yeah.
20 years ago, when I was visiting, I remember visiting my friend at NYU, and whatever, we would partake, and even the stuff back then was natural, was better, and I recently ran into a guy at a Shabbos who apparently involves himself in growing, like natural. No, nothing added, nothing this, nothing that. And I tried some, and I said, wow, this is kind of different. This doesn't give me any paranoia. This doesn't give me anything, really. Any anxiety or paranoia. I don't know what they're doing stuff. This is mainly why I don't even touch it. It's designed to ruin people.
I've had, let's say I've smoked weed, it's been a very, very long time. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, maybe like, certainly over 15 years
Mm-hmm.
since I smoked any weed.
Oh, really? Oh.
But before I smoked like very occasionally,
Yeah.
right? Still, it was a bunch of times.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
if you're hanging out if your friends smoke every day,
Yeah.
right? You're gonna probably smoke about 100 times.
Yeah.
In the course of hanging out with them, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I could say 100 times,
Yeah.
And it's never been normal.
Yeah.
It's always been crazy. It's always
Yeah.
like hydros and this and
Yeah.
that and
Yeah.
whatever
Yeah.
the hell. I can't even remember.
Hydros.
I can't even remember.
Oh, like the strain or whatever it is?
Whatever.
Yeah,
It's just
yeah.
always something crazy.
Oh.
And then only like recently did I find out that weed wasn't always that strong.
That's true.
Like back
That's
in the
true.
60s, it was like normal or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, the worst it does, give you like munchies, let's say. And it got you to a certain level, but it didn't get you like today, you could literally get to a point where like you're sitting thinking of analyzing your entire existence and doing like psychiatric evaluations on yourself. It's not good. It's that's not what you're trying to do. You're trying to just relax, and enjoy. Let's say enjoy some music. That's usually back in the day it was like music.
Yeah, I've never been relaxed on weed. Never.
No.
I don't know, I don't even know how people could consider that a chill, activity. Like,
It's not.
and I just assumed
It's not these days.
I just assumed there was something like about me.
No, that's not you.
I don't know, but they were able to chill. Like to them, that was chill.
I guess.
I don't understand it.
I don't know. If anything, maybe by them it was kind of like it just amplifies whatever you are. Meaning, well, not that it's your problem. It's kind of like in their case, maybe they were. I'm not sure. I'm trying to think of how to word this.
I'm trying.
If you're awake and something that's designed to pull you away from being awake, if you're already like an awake person, spiritually awake, and it's designed to it's designed to make you escape. It's either gonna make you, numb, or it's gonna make you more sensitive. If that makes any sense. If you're already sensitive, maybe these guys weren't sensitive, and they were already numb just in life. Whoever these guys were. Maybe just numb them out even more. Does that make any sense what I'm saying?
It kind of does. When I was pissed at them,
Mm-hmm.
I would, come up with the following.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds similar to what you said. It's like my mind, I can tell it was always kind of operating a little bit differently than most of the people around me.
Yeah.
So if anything, I'm abnormal.
I don't think you are. I think they are.
So no.
Compared to them.
No. Look, abnormal means what isn't common.
Yeah.
Like normally equals common.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean healthy.
Yeah.
But whatever, normal. You know,
Yeah.
what most people are. You know?
You're not common. Yeah.
So my mind was always kind of naturally escaping from the reality that I find myself, because it's so unspeakably boring.
Either boring or just you can't deal with it.
I think the greatest issue that I have, more than even stress, is boredom.
Like mundanity.
I think boredom is like the bane of my existence. Like
But when you say boredom, you mean you don't know what to do yourself, kind of stuff, or boredom as in like
mentally unstimulating.
Yeah.
It's boring me.
Yeah.
The topic, the discussion. It's like it's like being around death.
Yeah. Well, listen, it's like I told you, the Shabbos I went to, where the people are just talking about nice people, but talking about some neighbor of theirs or some family, or what kid went to this yeshiva, or this kid is going here and this. I'm sitting there, I'm just like, first of all, I don't even know. Like, it'd be one thing if I knew who these people were, I could at least participate in the conversation. I can't even do that. And also, even if I did, I don't want to. Like, it's like filler words.
Right.
Filler conversation.
So why does that drive me crazy?
Yeah.
Because, if you kind of like try to pay attention to what's going on in the world, right? You want to focus on whatever is the most interesting.
Yeah.
And what's most interesting are usually the things that would solve the serious problems in the world, right?
Yeah.
And just generally talk about the more interesting layers of reality.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So how can, to me, right, how can you talk about anything except for the pilots, the military encounters with UFOs?
Yeah.
I don't understand how anybody can talk about anything
and when
else.
I come to people,
that's the most interesting thing going on.
And you know what drives me up the wall is when people, I'll talk to some people and they'll say they'll tell me like, Tzvi, but how is talking about this? Again, we spoke about this already, but I want to reiterate.
Yeah.
How does this? Why do you? First of all, they say why do you always have to talk about what they call politics, right? Because this can fall under that category. Right. Pretty much anything you see in the news, current event. Let's say current events, not politics. Current events.
Yeah.
But they call it politics. Whatever. Anything that's in the news is politics to them, right?
Yeah.
Like not my life, their private lives. Whatever they're dealing with at work or with their business or whatever is apparently not politics, even though it's really freaking political. Like all the stuff that you were just dealing with your private life, I'm not going to get into it. It's so political. There's so much politics in that. If anything you want to call politics, that's politics. Yeah. Dealing with a lawyer, dealing with this, dealing with, some kind of guy sending you some stipulations that you're like, what the hell is this? And then if you know the right guy, maybe you can get away with it, get around it. That's politics.
Get around all the traps
all
that
the
are
crap
set for normal people.
That, folks, is politics. And you're wondering why I'm screaming, because you should understand that's politics, okay? What we're talking about is just life, current events that are happening, things that are happening around us. Most of those things eventually, like you say, they don't affect us. They eventually trickle down to us, and they do affect us directly. They don't not affect us. So people ask me, like, Tzvi, how does this, talking about this, improve your life? Or how does this talking about this, get you parnasa, let's say, income?
Yeah.
And I said, well, in the short term, it probably doesn't get me income. It gets me a little bit, to pay for, I don't know, a meal here and there. But how does it improve my life? Very much so.
I'd like to know, look.
It's probably the only thing I like.
Here's a better question that they should ask.
Yeah.
What is it about this that makes you not want to kill yourself?
Yeah, exactly.
So it's that's the question. It's not about Parnas, it's like, what is there something about the subject matter that is helping you stay here? Do you understand? To make life tolerable.
Yes, because maybe, just effing maybe, in my case,
that's what
I can remedy the situation some way, somehow.
Okay, so just let's stop on that for a second. Yeah. What they said, the original question, what is it gonna do to talk about it, even if it's true, right?
Yeah.
So I'm under the delusion.
Yeah.
And I say delusion because it's probably a delusion. Although I'm still hoping that it's true.
It's like a tongue-in-cheek kind of delusion.
Yeah. I'm under the, I always have this kind of like weird feeling that if we finish the conversation and we really get to the bottom of it, the whole thing disappears. Like,
well, the whole
world
issue
ends.
Well, not the world ends, but the issue will you'll set energy, and you're putting, because we understand that Hashem created the world with words, with spoken word into existence. So if we're talking about it, we're talking about something enough in the same topic, pretty much, so to speak, beat the horse to death, as it were, or take it apart from different angles. You're putting words into the world and energy into the world, and eventually, like you see, we've had so many situations where we've talked about it.
We've had a lot, yeah.
And then people with a bigger voice than us, let's say,
all of a sudden out of nowhere, inexplicably,
started addressing it, talking about it. People, got 100,000 views, millions of views about it. Tucker Carlson started talking about it. The whole, apparatus of government is talking about it,
and they're way later, like way
behind us. Yeah, we started talking about it, and then, or like we started like looking into it. Let's say, not that no one's talking about it. There were just like niche groups talking about it. Let's say the UAP thing, right? And then you and I started digging into it and featuring it, and spotlighting it. And all of a sudden now it's just like blowing up like the World Trade as a topic. And even so, people are not really paying attention as much as they should be or they could be.
And even if that didn't happen, I'd still be under the delusion that it's real.
Yeah.
And seriously, like I feel, why we can make these episodes so long?
Yeah.
Folks, if I had time, they would be much longer.
Yeah.
Because I feel like if the discussion, we always end the discussion too soon. Because we never really we're circling the drain.
We just scratch the surface.
You know what I mean? Yeah. But if we ever actually take everything apart, tease everything apart, and really examine it, and then talk about it. Like I have this kind of in my imagination, all of a sudden the whole Matrix disappears.
Yeah,
just instantly. We figured it out.
It's almost like the Matrix knows that how should I put this? It's like you put a spotlight on a cockroach, as it were, and it runs away. You turn the lights on and the cockroach scatter. To give it the metaphor. Yeah, I don't know. It's such a frustrating. There's oftentimes I don't know how to answer that question. Sometimes I do, but people don't. People don't have enough time. Like they're asking me the question rhetorically because they're trying to make a statement. They're not actually asking a question. They're trying to make a statement to me. Oh, red light, red light. Yeah, like Tzvi, you should be, and then they follow up with Tzvi. Here's what you should be doing. What I think you should be doing.
That is odd. The truth is, I did not notice this red light. I was focusing on that one for some reason.
I know. I've had that where it's like you see that green light and you.
How come I didn't see this red light?
Looking ahead, my friend. You're looking too far.
That's
ahead.
The Matrix fighting back.
That's right.
And it disappeared. This red light from my view.
Yeah.
So that I would get a ticket.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. So I don't know. It's just like this
I'm joking, folks. I don't really
on the one hand, we have these people who, they watch us and they email us and we get all these wonderful messages. Thank you, people. You guys are doing them. You guys don't. I have people write us. You guys don't This is paraphrasing. You guys don't realize how important what you're doing is. Jews, non-Jews, doesn't matter who it is. I've literally had people write me something to that effect. I'm not making this up.
We don't realize.
We do not.
Because when you think about it, it's two schmucks having a conversation.
It's two schmucks having a conversation. It sounds like something again, it's a yeshiva dorm room. We have however many views we have. I mean, we've been getting more, obviously, but even so, we don't even know, that many people are watching, who's watching. Some of the comments are weird, whatever, we really don't know what our viewership is in reality. And most of the platforms have shadow banned us. Like, not most, like almost all. And yet we get these messages from people. And that's really only kind of the main reason we keep going, just because if 5 or 10 people or 20 people have sent us these messages over and over, you know, and some people have written to me like, oh, this your stuff sustains me through like a long ride to work.
I've seen that. He's not kidding, folks.
Yeah. He like listened to, one guy was like, can you put your stuff on Spotify, because I find it hard to, you know, the thing closes on Rumble and I wanted to listen to Spotify at work in the background, you know, I wanted to do other things on my phone, whatever. Like, people want us to keep doing this, I guess. Yeah. And you know, there's some people, I've had
as
friends.
Unbelievable as that is, it's actually...
We're back. Okay.
Live?
No, it's not live, it's just pre-recorded.
So just to, you know, we're talking about how, believe it or not, some people actually find these conversations important.
Yeah.
Some people, you know, it really, it's like we've had some feedback, so,
yeah.
You know, so I think that's why we continue. You know, we'd probably do it anyway, you know, because it's just, for me, I'm not going to say it's therapy, but it's just necessary.
For me, it is.
It's just necessary. Whatever you want to call it, it's necessary. Yeah. And we got onto this topic because we started talking about mental boredom, and we got to mental boredom because we're talking about weed.
Yeah.
So my mind is, so basically what happens is, I think that my mind is automatically kind of there already where people are trying to get to when they smoke.
Yeah. Yeah. Interesting.
In some ways.
On some level, yeah.
In some ways, because, you know, I'm not actually like intoxicated.
Yeah.
But my mind is always kind of flowing. It's in the reverie.
Yeah.
And that's a problem, because like when you have to deal with mundane crap, right? Like, like people like me, you know, it took me years, you know, to become a person where
who cares about this crap?
Where my house is clean. Yeah. Right, and you know, just regular mundane stuff, which I've got, you know, it's much harder for me. It took me much longer, you know, to become an adult.
You know what's funny? I talked to my mother about this, and I tell her kind of the same things about, you know, this is also like, I have similar characteristics, and she goes to me in Russian. She's like, невозможно так жить. Ты не можешь жить в мире, you know. It's like she has these friends. My parents have these friends. They live in Israel. She's like, да, они живут in the world of ideas.
Yeah, that's correct. Right?
Yes, that is where I live. Yes, I don't live in the world of people. I live in the world of ideas.
No, we spend most of our time in the world of ideas. Yeah, but we certainly live in the world of people.
Yeah, of
we
course.
have to function here.
Of course.
You know,
but we live more. Like we just don't like it. It's not that we don't like people. We like certain people, but we like more to live in the world of ideas. And by the way. And I'm not comparing myself to those people, but I'm just saying that most of the people that have done anything significant in this world, newsflash, lived in the world of ideas. Not that I'm an Einstein, not that I'm one of those guys, you know, but Oppenheimer, Einstein, all these people that you watch movies about, that you read about, they primarily lived in the world of ideas. If they didn't, they wouldn't accomplish.
The powers that be also love to recruit people who live in the world of ideas, but they only recruit people who will cooperate with them,
with their ideas, and then the people below them live in the world of stuff, or, you know, just in the world of whatever, mundane.
This is really nice, isn't it?
Yeah, this is awesome. They're like workers, you know, the worker bees, you know, like the people.
That's how they're viewed.
I'm saying, like the people who ran my co-op board when I had an apartment, they don't live in the world of ideas. They live in the world of, like, how can I make you know, other people's lives miserable?
But again, you know, do these people never live in the world of ideas?
No, once in a while they do.
Or did they force themselves out because of how difficult it is to just live in the world, and how disappointing it is to never really get to kind of actualize the ideas. So they kind of are brokenhearted, and they're like, I'm giving up. I'm hanging up my gloves, so to speak.
Yeah, my idea gloves. Yeah.
My idea gloves, and I'm just gonna try to get comfortable.
Well, the thing is, like, listen, even Hasidut says,
and it's not even an option for me. I cannot. Mentally speaking, the idea of I'm just gonna try to get comfortable. I'm gonna walk into traffic.
Yeah. Yes. No, listen, like it does say you have to live in the world. Hasidut says you live in the world of action. We do live in the world of action, la masiyah. Yeah. But that's something. That's something else, meaning that it's the ideas, let's say, taking the exciting ideas and putting them into action.
Yeah, but when Hasidus says, you are correct. Yeah. Hasidus says, we live in the world of action. Yeah. What that you know what that means specifically?
Yeah, mitzvot.
It means we have to do commandments.
Yeah.
That's spiritual. That's still the world.
Or anything else we're doing that's like, quote unquote, not readily seen as, commandments.
Let's go over here.
Like having some kind of business or whatever. The only reason we're doing that is so that we can enable myself.
Prick.
What happened? Oh. So that we can enable ourselves to do commandments. So that we have enough money to live life and learn Torah and do commandments. Sorry, I feel like you're distracted. What's happening?
No, it's like really aggressive scooter idiot.
Oh, okay. Where are you trying to go?
I'm just driving around.
Oh, okay. I thought you were trying to go somewhere specific.
This is Coral Gables, Coconut Grove.
Very nice.
There's really no.
Very nice. So, yeah, I mean, like even the stuff we're doing that's like it seems what's called chul, like secular, just business and.
Oh wow.
It's funny. Even that stuff is basically so that we could do mitzvot.
Mother is a retard. Kick her ass.
Does that make sense? What I'm saying?
Yes, and it also makes sense. I'll kick that mother's ass for being so negligent.
Yes. Listen, man, cars don't belong here. Look at this house. This
there
is
seems
crazy.
to be a lot of things that don't belong here. If that's the case.
Yes. Well, thank the Lord. Praise the Lord and pass the ammunition.
Yeah.
Anyway.
They should just call these neighborhoods just Trophy Wife. Trophy Wife.
Yeah.
Trophy Wife A, Trophy Wife B.
Yes.
Trophy Wife Zone A.
Yeah. How do you know she's a wife? She could be a girlfriend. How do you know?
No, you could tell.
I know, you could tell.
There's uniforms. There's a certain way of...
I know. Yeah. Be careful.
I have no idea where I am.
That's okay.
I'm trying to get lost on purpose.
I know, I hear. Anyway, so... This is why we do this, folks. I mean... And, yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where I've lately have been in a mode of just...
Folks, I apologize. Yeah. See what we're seeing here? Like a little hill?
Yes.
This is very, very rare for Florida.
I know.
Anyway,
I've been trying to get myself more into the mode of just owning what it is that I'm doing. No matter what people say to me, no matter what advice people give to me, no matter what... by the way, including you. No offense. Because, listen, at the end of the day, we can only... short of doing something, making a horrible, like, I don't know, stupid mistake
the only thing I really
or harming ourselves, yeah.
The only thing I ever pushed you on was charcoal pills. That's it.
No, I'm not even, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I understand.
I'm saying, like, no, because we always, you and I always talk about, like, who I should be looking for in terms of marriage partner. That it's a,
no, I'm right, of course, about that.
Yeah, of course you're right. You are.
You're not going to do it, but I'm right. I mean,
listen, you're right, as we say in Russian, по идее.
No, in reality. They're right,
brother, man, can I tell you something?
Just, you know what? Don't go on this little tangent.
I'm not getting a tantrum.
Go back to where you were going to say.
I'm just going to say one thing. Until I meet a woman under the age of 30 who wants to date me, I reserve the right to tell you to go keneged what you're saying to me.
Again,
is that okay?
No, you're getting stuck on the age
I'm
thing.
I'm stuck on reality. I'm stuck on reality of what's been happening. I'm not stuck on an age thing. I would love to date somebody who's...
30 is okay.
30 is okay. As long as she wants to date me. I said, until I... You think I don't try? You think I don't, 30
might be actually good. You know why? Because, earlier I was saying 25, 26. You know why? Because obviously the time to have kids and health. Yeah. But 30... Yeah. She might be like already in a hurry to have kids.
That's what I'm saying. I even spoke to this lady yesterday. She said a lot of these girls in this generation, a lot of these girls, yeah.
What the hell is this?
It's a house. A lot of these girls in their 20s today in Gen Z, even if they want to get married, like immediately, right? Instead of dating for a year and I don't know. Even let's say you marry them in like, I don't know, a short period of time. They don't want to have kids right away. Dude.
But a 30-year-old chick is like, all right.
A 30-year-old kid's like, oh, TikTok. Okay, let's...
like, it's
folks, you may be getting upset at what we're saying, but we're saying MS here. We're saying the truth.
I hope you're getting upset.
Yeah, we want you to get upset.
I don't give a damn. I enjoy it.
Yes. So I'm just saying, in the event that you get... So that's my whole thing. Like, listen, it's reality as we see it in front of our face. We can't see anything else. We can't say...
We're not making it, folks.
Yeah,
we're
can't...
just dealing with it.
No, people could come and say, well, you can manifest... You make your reality.
No,
you manifest
can't. That's completely untrue. That's ridiculous.
And, folks, if I see white, the wall is white, The wall is not black.
Try making it pink. See what happens.
You may want to pretend that it's pink or black, but it's white or beige or whatever. And I'm going to tell you that the wall is white. No, it's just your perception. It's your...
Apparently, we're in a place called Sunrise Harbor.
It's
I've never even
wonderful.
heard of it.
City of Coral Bay, yeah. Wonderful.
Within the city of
Wonderful. Beautiful. Beautiful, God.
I have a
That's
feeling.
beautiful.
I have a feeling we weren't supposed to know about a place called Sunrise
Yeah,
Harbor.
you were not supposed to know.
Not you and me, my friend.
No?
Not you and me.
Battersea
No, Albert,
Road.
I'm not
Oh my
going.
goodness gracious. So anyway, I'm just working on owning my own stuff. My own just preferences, let's put it that way. My own path and my own just carving out something. No matter what people are saying. It's hard, it's difficult.
I feel like I want to say something. I feel like I want to say something completely off topic just for a moment.
Okay.
You know, I'm driving around here, and who do you see on the street? You see Hispanic maids.
Yes.
The people that you see on the street.
Yes.
And I'm thinking to myself, we should create a network of Hispanic made informant spies.
Yes.
They must know everything.
But can I tell
Like,
you?
look where
yeah,
they-
of course they do.
look where
Of
they
course
work.
But
Look
can
where
I
they
tell
work.
you something? Add to what you're saying. Who are the people that who are their boss? No, like their bosses. What do they work for? These people are the native. I guess wherever they're from. Let's say they're from.
That was actually a street.
Let's say they're from like let's just for example say they're from Colombia, right? These people are indigenous Colombians. Let's just say. Okay? I'm saying most of the workers here are like dark. Who are their bosses? The white people from the same country.
That's pretty. That's
That's
extremely accurate.
And they are racist as hell. And though you want to talk about supremacists, folks, go to South America.
Folks, that's why the
And these people live
that's
here.
why the Uniparty loves the Mexican elite and the
Yeah.
South American elite.
Yeah.
Because they want to make America into the same system.
When McCain said, "Who's gonna pick the lettuce?" What a fucking elitist, racist motherfucker. And they're all like that. He wasn't the only one.
No.
They're all like that. Dude, you know what? What's her face said today? What's her face? Nikki Haley. We can't say that all of the people coming across the border are criminals. Some of them are just, whatever. They want
I wanna
to
turn
good.
this-
good
Oh, no, I can't
this is
go
somebody's
here.
house.
Whoops.
Some of them are just good people that want a better life.
That was a mistake.
Did you hear what I said?
I heard what you said. I'm also a little bit embarrassed.
It's okay. About?
That I turned in
Who cares?
to a place where you're not supposed to turn into. All right.
So you heard what she said, like.
I heard what she said just now through
Yes,
you.
Yes. Instead of saying, well, some of them may be Hezbollah. Like, instead of saying what Trump says all the time. Yeah, some of them are good people, but some of them are Hezbollah. And some of them we don't want.
Right.
And some of them are rapists.
But
And some of
many
them,
aren't, yeah.
Instead of saying the truth, the totality of the truth. Yeah, some of them are like this and some of them are like that. One of those things is not like the other.
Why are we taking a chance? I don't know.
Why are we taking a chance? Some of them are this, some of them are that. Why would you let them in? If you have a bag of Skittles and you have one poison Skittle, would you beat the bag? Would you open the bag and eat the Skittles? I would not. Do I look like a Skittle? Maybe, but that's a topic for that's another discussion. like, folks. I mean, I don't know. Like. It's like in Russian we say, politika gрязное дело. Politics is a dirty thing. What means is a dirty thing? It means that 95% of the people in it
Are dirty.
are lying Fs.
Also murderers.
And murderers, yeah. But
truly dirty.
but,
Really
but,
dirty
but,
bastards.
but at best, lying F.
No, lying goes without
So
saying.
sociopaths
but
and psychopaths.
Probably also mass murderers.
Yeah, of course. Of course. And we're not talking about wars. We're just talking about like murdering their political enemies or something like that. Or people who have dirt on them or something like that.
Like tons and tons
Like
of people.
Vince Foster, for example. The guy who hung himself with a shotgun. Right.
Folks,
Sure.
folks, there's a website dedicated to the Clintons' murder
Count. Yeah, Hillary murder count.
and that's and that's what we know about.
Yes.
And
Yes.
what kind of criminals,
There's a lady that just had plastic surgery on her nose. Sorry,
Yeah.
continue. Just walk around with a thing on her nose. It's great.
That's common here.
Welcome to Florida, folks. Look at you punch in the face. But anyway, yeah, that's just the Clinton. It's like,
That's just how things are.
yeah, They just
No,
accept it.
but the Clintons, they're not the top dogs, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, imagine like the nameless people that they work for,
Yeah.
and their murder count.
Yeah.
Like, just think about that.
Yeah. Astounding. Yeah. It's funny. What were you saying? We were saying yesterday if our friend.
We actually made it to Coconut Grove. I can't
Oh, this is
believe it.
cool.
I wasn't even trying to.
Yeah.
I was trying.
Yeah.
This is it.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Charles. Cool. Interesting. I wonder, are people here? How do they vote here? I guess the parents vote Republican and the kids are already kind of wokish because they go to these rich schools, or what?
I don't know. Look, you get more Democrats
Yeah,
in Miami-Dade County,
yeah, that's
but
true.
but it it's been gradually
Changing, yeah.
but I don't know how much. I don't know if it's 50
Yeah.
50 or 60-40 or so on and so forth. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah.
Cloisters. What is that? I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
It looks interesting.
Dude, you know what I thought I've been having? Maybe it's just like a sign of like how old we are. I look at these kids who are like Gen Z and younger, you know, like
I don't even know what that means anymore.
whatever, like people in their like people who are like average age 25. Like I look at their faces, I'm like, they look like cartoon characters to me, like anime characters. Does that make sense what I'm saying? Like they look like they
Yes.
were all made in the same factory. They don't have like unique, like bone. I don't know, like faces, bone, or like character to their. There's something missing.
So when I got
They're
married,
like blank cartoon characters.
so I was
Very
like
strange.
20. I was like 26 when I
No
got
turn on
married.
red. No turn on red. I don't know what. Oh, it's a green. You want to make a right or?
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. It's a green turn. You were saying when you got
I got
married?
married when I was 26, and then
Yeah.
when I was like 27, 28, I went to FIU,
Uh-huh.
and I still
There's girls there.
no, it's not just that. It's like
Yeah.
I was looking at like all the young, the 18-year-olds,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
19-year-olds,
Yeah.
boys and girls, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, they're so like beautiful and fresh faced. I just wanted
Yeah.
to smash their little heads in.
Yeah.
It was obnoxious.
Yeah.
You
No,
know,
but even
it
the
doesn't look like
No.
the way I remember it.
So that's something else. That's because of just that. That's because they're 18, 17. But even so, even the kids now today, like we're like late 20s, they look. I don't know. They look like that's not only like even like babies. They just look like copies of each other, like clones, of like some slight variation. You know, and like cartoon characters.
I guess
we also maybe did.
I don't know anybody
know.
that looks like you or anybody that looks like me.
That's what I'm saying. No, well, a lot of people tell me I look like. I always run into people in like say the Orthodox world. You look like someone I know. You look familiar.
Right.
Are you related to the? Or they say I look like the Deuce Bigelow, the Gigolo guy. What's his name?
Yeah.
Oded Fair.
Oded Fair, and which means you
That's-
also kind of look like the lead singer of Modern Talking,
Yes. Oh my God, that's
a
terrible.
little bit. All right.
But that's only the hair.
Which is
when I had
Siegfried-
longer hair.
That's Siegfried from Siegfried.
So basically,
and
you
Roy.
just call me gay. I look gay.
I don't think that
Thank
guy is
you.
gay. Is he gay?
Those guys are.
Are they gay?
Something. I don't know what they're just German. They're not gay or Austrian, whatever they are.
Yeah, it's like,
Deep in my. You know what's funny, dude? What I find hilarious, we've been listening to Modern Talking for years because we're Russian. All of a sudden, you go on Instagram, there's people with videos, and what is their background songs? Modern Talking. It became a fad. The last like 6 months, I want to say, or a year.
Are you kidding me?
No, they're playing like Sherry Lady.
Sherry Lady.
Like there's some girl, like one of those models on Instagram, one of these girls who like flashing her stuff, and it's just playing like Sherry Lady. I'm like, what? Who started this? What's going on over here? Dude, you know what I'm thinking? Maybe we should play, we should make videos and play Russian restaurant songs behind them.
Just Modern Talking.
Like, Modern Talking, but also like introduce like stuff that people never heard of. Like,
As an experiment to see if it becomes a fad in 6 months.
Yeah.
on
You know that
Instagram?
song, Cinderella,
Yes.
Cinderella.
Shafutinsky.
And then so play like put like a hot chick, like a hot chick who's like dressing up, and they
Yeah.
Cinderella, Cinderella,
With and then the tarantella.
Cinderella.
Cinderella.
Пожалуйста, все дорогие друзья, это самое.
dance floor.
Приглашаем вас на танцевальный самое. Сейчас приносят ваш, main course, entree.
Right.
Пока приносят, like while they're bringing your entree, we invite you to the dance floor. That's literally what they did in Russian restaurants. And you just hear like Cinderella, Cinderella. I'm telling you, bro, it's gonna be gangbuster. Or like play like Pugacheva, like. You know what that song was about?
I don't want to know.
No, it was there was a guy she dated. He was a Gruzin, a Georgian,
No.
from Georgia, and he lived in Moscow. He was a real guy, and he loved her very much, and he was poor. He was like a poor painter, художник. Жил был художник один. Yeah, there was.
I don't actually remember the rest.
So
of the song.
the first lyric is there was one painter, whatever, and then he started singing about his life, about how he loved this girl, whatever. So there was a painter that was in love with her, and he painted her, I think he painted her roses, or he gave her roses, whatever. It's like a very kind of like sentimental song about this Georgian guy, basically.
It's actually a beautiful song.
It was the top song for like. It's literally the song that made Alla Pugacheva an artist of, like a award-winning artist, national artist. It's called Народный артист Советского Союза, national artist of Soviet Union. There's other, my uncle, actually, my dad's cousin, Simon. Speaking of Georgians, he's a Georgian Jew, or his father was. Simon Nasiashvili. He wrote a song that was sung in Russian restaurants. Well, it was a popular song in Russia called there's two songs actually. He wrote one song called "Дорогие мои старики." Дорогие мои старики, на тебя поцелую. It's like my dear, like it literally means like my dear old people, but he's talking about his parents. He was singing literally the song was for my grandmother's sister and her husband, his parents. And there's another song called "Не сыпь ни соль на рану." Don't pour salt on my wound.
Yes.
Like literally two of the most popular songs in Russia and the Soviet Union. So like I don't know, I want to like take these songs and just make them try to make them popular in social media, just to see if it goes viral. Yeah.
Is it
Dude, if Modern Talking can go viral.
Well, I mean, Modern Talking was a little bit more.
But Modern Talking is more of like a European. It's not like Americans don't. I was like surprised. I was like, where the hell? Like,
I think YouTube.
Yeah,
ironically,
YouTube is millions of views.
Is making, is allowing these things to be discovered.
Sure.
Right?
There's all these, Italo disco, that genre? There's this song, People from Ibiza.
I know, dude.
People from Ibiza.
We've had. I wasn't like, you know what I mean? Like,
dude, man, I made a mix of that kind of stuff. Like 10 tracks.
You played it on one
and
of our.
People downloaded like crazy. They're like, oh my God, I love this. I used to listen to this stuff. All these European guys were like, I used to go to clubs back in the 70s and 80s with this stuff.
You know why? Because the Italo disco, it kind of sounded like a little like you like to say the poor man's version of like Lime.
Of what?
Baby, do you remember?
Of what?
Lime. It was like a freestyle group, disco freestyle, like late 70s, early 80s.
Maybe. Oh, do you remember?
No.
Wait, what song?
It's called, the group is called Lime. It's
Lime, L-I-M-E?
L-I-M-E.
Interesting.
They're a disco / like freestyle, like OG freestyle.
Okay.
OG.
Yeah, not like the Puerto Ricans in the Bronx.
No, kind of like that, but early stuff. Like that's what they were all copying. Lime. They're copying Lime.
Yeah.
Okay. And I think it's actually.
Dude, we should make that stuff popular, by the way.
Yeah.
The Brooklyn freestyle stuff.
You never heard. We're gonna play that shit right now. How about that?
How about that?
How about them apples?
And we can do it now. We can,
Yeah, we have a system.
Yeah, I want to make so Russian restaurant music popular on social media, and also
okay, hold on.
Bronx freestyle, like New York freestyle, Puerto Rican freestyle stuff.
The name of the song was Accent. Oh, okay, hold on.
You know that song, One More Try? I didn't know.
No, that's
that was also.
Isn't that
Timmy T or something like that?
Tiny T, right?
Timmy T, Timmy Tim.
I know this girl who absolutely loved him. I'm like,
dude, that song was like the stuff, man.
I'm like,
that was the shiznit.
She showed me the CD. I'm not gonna say her name. Nice girl. And she's like, I'm like,
without you.
I'm like,
dude,
you listen
if
to
a hot chick wants you to put that on, and you like her,
she
do that shit.
Listen. I literally,
listen to it on loop if you have to.
I can't. No, I don't
do that.
Okay, listen. Hold on.
Yeah. What is this audio? Oh.
Lime, Accidental Lovers, something like that.
Something like that. Yeah. Accidental Lovers, something like that.
The hell? Unexpected. Right. All right. So hold on.
You have Bluetooth on this? You can play.
Yeah, I should.
Что тут стоит? Что тут стоит?
Oh, lots of things.
Что тут стоит?
Things and stuff.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. Why isn't it working?
Or as my friend like to say, что тут проехало?
Mhm.
What just rode by?
Okay, it's not. I have to reconnect it through
Yeah.
Bluetooth. 1 second.
Maybe if you stop, it'll allow you to do that. Maybe if you stop, it'll allow you to
Maybe
do
if you
that.
do that. Maybe if you pay attention, you're driving.
Yeah.
You're right, folks.
This is a dope neighborhood, actually. I like this.
It's Coconut
This
Grove.
Coconut Grove?
Yeah.
This reminds me of like Ridgewood, New Jersey a little bit. But like a more nicer
Okay,
thing.
it's connected. So, all right, let's go to audio.
Alright, folks, we're waiting for music from Frank. It's not connecting. It's not doing it. Nothing's happening. You need Bluetooth though, right?
I did.
Here, connect. Oh, there you go. iPhone.
Yeah. No, that means it's connected.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Now it's
See?
connecting.
Okay, so let's try it again.
We're gonna play some music up in here.
All right, this is kind of like slightly retracing our steps. All right,
Yeah.
I'm gonna disconnect. Maybe just play from the
Yeah.
phone. Because look. All right, I gotta start it over.
Oh, this thing. Okay, fine. This is a little faster than most freestyle.
Well,
it's a little more disco-ish.
No, this is the basic freestyle.
Yeah, but I'm saying like some of the freestyle was a little slower, like Lisa and all that stuff.
Yeah, a little bit.
Cold Jam, whatever.
That's later.
Yeah.
That's like mid 80s. This is.
But that's what
late,
I'm-
This is
yeah.
late 70s.
Yeah.
I actually heard this in Russian restaurants too.
Yeah. Well, because they were the people that were back in the day were playing stuff were actually playing stuff. What about your friend? Not your friend. The girl. Not your friend. The girl that was singing in Russian restaurants and she went on Arsenio Hall. And I guess who's that girl? Remember what we were talking about?
My friend.
No, it's not your friend. I thought for some reason I thought she was your friend. The girl was singing.
Taylor Dane?
Taylor Dane. Yeah. So she's also kind of like this is later version of this.
Much later. She's like 90s.
Yeah.
Like.
So they had like Taylor Dane singing in Russian restaurants in Brighton Beach. This is a cool song. I like this.
Yeah.
This is like a song I imagine like I don't know why my uncle
Exactly.
dancing
This makes me think of my uncle
in
Felix.
his like white jacket and like maybe blue pants and like
I was listening to this in my uncle's IROC Z
it's hilarious.
or Monte Carlo. I can't remember which one it was.
Yeah.
There's no way for me to turn around. Look at this, the open ocean. How do you like that? How do you like that? It's the open ocean.
I know the song.
I've never been here before. I didn't even know that you can. I didn't even know that you can access the water. It's
pretty dope.
Like because in these neighborhoods,
Yeah.
the big houses take up
Yeah.
all the real estate where you can look at the water.
Let me look for stuff. I want to play for you.
I'm gonna back out the whole way, I guess.
Also, you know what I want to make popular? Cilentano.
Oh yeah.
Susanna.
No, you know what? I'm gonna turn around. What if some fool comes at me?
Cilentano. I want to make popular. You know that song Felicita. Luobano and it's like the guy and his wife.
Yeah.
And then Toto Cutugno.
Yeah. And ABBA.
Toto Cutugno, ABBA.
ABBA's pretty popular,
Yeah.
but like there
Yeah.
are certain songs like
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I want to make like the stuff that we listened to when we came to America. That was like, because if you're talking about modern talking, there's other stuff that we were listening to that people have no clue about.
Yeah.
And I wanna like make that a thing. See how it goes. You know who I like? You know there's this chick here. She lives in Miami actually. She moved from Brooklyn. Her account on Instagram is It's Me OG, and she imitates all the like her Russian moms and Russian people. Like it's better than Baba Fira. It's even better than that, dude. She is very funny. She's very funny. Actually, do you have Instagram on here or no? Or you don't have it at all?
I do not.
Fine. I wanted to play one of her things. Yeah.
I have a mental block against Instagram. I don't know.
I hear you. I'm on it because, well, two things. One of my accounts I use for the wine stuff, the marketing, and the other one I use for the Israel stuff, memes and stuff. So yeah, I've been trying to own stuff and what we're doing, and because ultimately I realize when I allow people to steer me away into what they think is quote unquote, good for me or whatever it is, or let's put it this way: when I allow myself to do only what they're saying as opposed to do what I want to do, and also that I become miserable. Like when I drop what I'm doing and then do like quote unquote what I'm supposed to do only, I become very, very miserable, like horribly miserable. I think a lot of it also was like when I moved back from Israel to, the first time around I lived in Israel, moved back to America. It was on the advice of a particular rabbi, right? And lo and behold, I was miserable. Like I had my opinion on why I thought Israel was, was better for me to live in Israel. And I don't know, for some reason this is a person I listen to for whatever reasons, which I won't get into, but I found myself being miserable. And I went against my intuition, and I find that like this is really what this conversation leads into. Like when we go against our intuition, not only could we be miserable, that's at best. At worst, we can harm ourselves. Like a lot of these people went against their intuition, or just didn't listen, just didn't even consider their intuition. They didn't even think that it was a thing to listen to your intuition and just to listen, quote unquote, to listen to the experts, and you end up harming yourself.
Correct.
That's really what it comes down to.
Correct, mundo.
What time is it?
That is correct.
It's 3:20.
It takes balls to listen to your own intuition, though. Over if you have if you have strong voices in your head,
or
constantly
outside,
meddling in your life,
or outside, Or you're saying those voices that
That's
are getting to your head?
Oh, no, not voices.
I think you meant like internal voices that are at war.
No, you have voices that are speaking into your head.
Yes,
not from your inside your head.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be your intuition, the voice from your head.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's again, I thought about it. Like, had I been, I think I mentioned this. Had I had some kind of let's say,
Did you say we need to head back?
No, we don't have to head back. No, it's 3:20.
No,
had I had a like some sort of 9 to 5, let's say relatively lucrative 9 to 5 job during COVID, that would have been a tougher battle to have. I would have eventually won the battle, but I would have gone to war with members of my family about this, garbage, about this crap that they were forced to take. The same. I would have pulled out the same, documents. I would have pulled out the same stops, but it would have been just like, it would have been way worse, because if somebody's coming and telling me, also they're coming and telling me what I'm gonna stand to lose, not only monetarily, but what I stand to lose in terms of, somebody, let's say I quit the job, or I'm, I would have been let go from the job, right? And let's say I would have wanted another job, and people would have asked me, why did you leave? And I would have to say at these interviews, I didn't want to take, whatever. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna say, oh yeah, they would have known why I left. It would have been obvious. So not only people are losing jobs, they are, depending on where they apply to, as the next job, the next company, how those people that are running that company view people who didn't want to take this stuff. Are they down with these kind of personality types? These insubordinates.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like, we tried to kill them and they didn't participate.
Well, the government, to them, they don't know that. I'm saying it's just a person who doesn't comply.
That's why I disagree with you.
I'm just saying, let's say it's a small company and the person just, dude, I'm telling you, there's I'll give you an example. There's a company I know in Israel, and a friend of mine works at this company in the American office, whoever it is, and they're like, oh, call the CEO. The CEO will show, when I was in Israel, the CEO will show you around the office of this company, right? So I message the CEO, I email him, I'm like, hey, when can I come down? He's like, yeah, cool, such and such day, hour. And then he's like, oh, by the way, I forgot to ask you, did you take the thing? And I said, no, but I had COVID and I have antibodies. I can take if you want, I could do what's called serological test. In Israel, it's what they call serology. And I can show you my antibodies. He's like, no, I'm sorry. And he wasn't nasty about it, but he was just kind of like, and the guy's from like, I'm not going to say what country he's from, but it's one of those countries that used to be under the auspices of England, but it's not England. So they're very compliant, So he's like...
Canada.
So, it's not Canada. So he's like, we have to set, a good example. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm not even an employee of yours, right? The guy literally, at that time, thought that it's good. He's not trying to kill me. He thought it's good. And on top of that, he thought it's like a good example. He wanted to set a good example. Whatever the hell that means, right? You know what's funny? I recently found out that this guy not only knows now that it's harmful, it was illuminated to him, he's working with somebody, I'm not going to say what he does, but he's been in contact with a person, collabing with somebody who basically has been pushing the product that this guy is selling as a detox or something that can mitigate any issues.
Yeah, I think you mentioned this.
I mentioned this to you, okay? And so then I go to my friend, is your boss gonna let anybody or talk to anybody in the Israeli government about this? She's like, hell's no, lest he stand to lose his, I don't know, not only reputation, but basically his like ability to do business in Israel. Let's put it that way. Yeah, so it's incredible. Some people really bought, these people with these smaller, mid-sized companies, they bought into that this is good. They're not, maybe the guys, the CEOs of these bigger corporations, you could say, yeah, they're trying to kill us, but they were trying to do something, but yeah, man, this is pretty cool. What does this remind me of, this neighborhood?
This is like Coral Gables proper.
This is Coral Gables, but it reminds me of a little bit, if you take away the palm trees, it reminds me very much of Bergen County, like Saddle River, like those rich towns there.
Yeah, but you don't have this like tropical jungle.
I'm saying if you take away the palm, yeah.
Yeah.
Or it reminds me of, you know what? Yeah, a little bit of that, and it also reminds me of, what's the town in Jersey? Livingston, I want to say, a little bit. Maybe Livingston. I don't know. This is cool.
So I'm just gonna keep driving like this, getting lost until you say it's time to get.
So, Mr. Frank,
yeah.
What's your takeaway from everything that's going on?
We are in a black hole, and that's why we're not making any progress.
Mm-hmm.
Either
by we you mean like society, not just
just like maybe the Earth.
Yeah,
okay?
the Earth.
No,
not other planets.
I don't even. I can't speak for other planets.
Yeah.
But the Earth looks like it's in a black hole.
Yeah.
It's being like, to borrow a lot of like cliches, it's like an embargo.
Yeah.
Like an everything embargo.
Yeah.
Any kind of progress, any kind of justice, any kind of goodness.
Yeah.
Right? And the only
we're in the holding pattern. Basically.
Holding pattern, and the only variations to the holding pattern is massacres, war, and horror.
Yeah. The only time you get like a quote unquote respite from that is when there's like death.
So it's either crushing, soul crushing, no progress, boredom.
Yeah.
Or war, horror.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. Well, that's what they're good at. These people. That's exactly what they're good at. They're good at numbing us to sleep, and then starting wars and convincing us that the wars are necessary. Or in this case, like a case of Israel, they're good at allowing, something to happen to where we need to retaliate. We could say with Israel, it's been a long time coming already for us to take care of this problem, right? We have to. They're gonna take care of it. As my Yemenite friends like to say, some friend likes to say, I'm taking care of it. They're gonna take care of it, right? By hook or by crook, they will. They're gonna have to.
No.
I'm saying like
they will not.
Well, I'll tell you this. They may not want to.
They're not going to.
No. I'll tell you what I think is going to happen. They don't want to. They want to prolong this. But I think one of two things, or maybe both things, are going to happen. Either the Israeli public will just bear down on them and keep pushing them to do so, and or Hashem is going to have to do what he did in 1967. He's going to have to push Israel basically into some sort of a corner. I don't want to say even like existential corner, but just into a corner. Meaning a corner, like, it's like you either do it, or rather, he's going to push the army into a situation where the army guys are just going to take care of it. Whether or not, speaking of which, whether or not Bibi or whoever wants it done. Or whenever he wants it done. If he wants it done in a year.
It's not even Bibi.
Or like whoever, his overlords, whoever it is. It's just Bibi talking, right? So
yeah.
I think the army is going to do. When I say the army, I'm not even talking about the brass. I'm talking about the guys.
Folks, in New Jersey, a cul-de-sac is a cul-de-sac.
Yes.
In Florida, a cul-de-sac is a jungle.
It's a kikar in a jungle. Yeah. Look at this, kids. This is incredible. This is absolutely incredible. And of course, it has to be a Ukraine flag over here. Whatever. No comment.
No, the only way that there's no way that anything is going to change. Okay, end of story.
Yeah.
It has to be supernatural, because I was going to say.
Well, I'm talking about supernatural also. Like Hashem is going to have to push the situation into. That's what I'm talking about.
Come on, can we stop? Stop doing that. That.
No, but to me that is supernatural.
But that's like not conventional supernatural.
I understand what you're saying. I know you're talking about.
So I'm talking about conventional, like real supernatural.
Yeah, you're talking about laser discs that we don't play in a laser disc player. That's what you're talking about.
I'm a little lost now.
It's okay.
What the hell did you just say?
I said you're talking about laser discs, which are not played in a laser disc player.
Oh.
Discs that fire lasers, flying in the sky.
Damn, that was.
Laser discs.
I hear you, man. I hear you.
Yes.
No, it doesn't have to. It's not necessarily that. Whatever it is, whatever is necessary.
Whatever it is.
Okay.
Hello, mister.
Okay, but just not like barely.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
I understand what you're saying. This is just my sense. My intuition is telling me
it should be illegal to call supernatural what you are trying to.
I understand. Let's not use it. Let's use a different word. Let's use a word called, I guess, what people in the Jewish world like to say, siyata d'shmaya, where Hashem sets up certain situations where everybody thought it was going to be this way, and he just accelerates the process, or he sets up a situation where he's forcing the Jewish people to just do it the way that he wants. Get to the result that he wants us to get to. Let's put it that way.
Look, the only way that's
in the short term.
The only way that's going to happen is if the people storm the Bastille. Okay, and they're not going to do it.
So
they're not going to do it. That's why we need.
So what I'm talking.
Man.
So no, you're right. But what I'm talking about, just for now, I'm just keeping it to Israel. If you ask me, my opinion, now that we're in, because I feel like all the stuff that's been happening since the attack has been lined up with the, like the Rebbe used to say, live with the Parsha. It's been lined up with the Parshiot, and it's been lined up with pretty much with the Parshiot, with the Torah portions, And now that we're in Exodus, we might get, and then which leads into, it's going to lead us into Purim, and this is really a modern day Purim story. I've been saying this for a while already. I feel like we're going to have a situation where we're probably going to have open miracles, and the people that are trying to, so to speak, hang us are going to end up hanging on their own nooses. I think it might happen by Purim. I'm literally anticipating that. I'm literally, how like Rabbi Weisberg says, he's literally anticipating Mashiach to come at a certain time. I'm literally anticipating something really, really.
You realize you've been saying that for a couple of years, right?
No, I'm talking about with this situation, with this Gaza situation. I'm talking about Purim. Specific. I'm being very, very specific. So, listen, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. We'll see what happens. Hope it happens sooner than March, than the end of March.
Look, what is it? It boils down to my absolute terror in God's ability to wait and wait and wait. Like waiting. So, sometimes it's like,
You're saying you're not a fan of the fact that God is waiting.
Right, it's
forever.
like it doesn't feel. I keep hearing things to
him.
Contrary.
It's like to him it's a blink of an eye.
I keep hearing things to the contrary though, like, oh God, he wants to bring Mashiach more than we want to.
Yeah.
That's hard for me to believe.
Yeah. If he wanted, he would. What does Baba Fira say? Ты хочешь, ты можешь.
Right. He's in full control.
When you want, you do.
Right. Okay.
You can.
So the fact that God doesn't experience the passage of time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And boredom.
Who knows?
Maybe those. Who knows?
I,
Maybe that's why he needed us, because he was bored. You know that whole.
I'm pretty sure that's not the reason, because we're taught that his reasons are beyond our ability.
Yeah.
Like we can't relate to them.
Yeah.
So folks, believe it or not, there are things other than that what we can understand.
Yeah.
Right?
This is
a little
cool. I like this.
That's where humility comes into the picture.
By the way, this is amazing. These places are amazing here. You notice it's not that some of them. I mean, some of them are big, but there's some. Even the houses that are not big are very. I like the very cool design. Very unique. This is crazy. This is like Porque Maria.
Yeah.
This is definitely Porque Maria.
Yeah.
Situation.
Folks, before we were driving through where like this is a gatehouse, a bigger house that you can't even see. You need binoculars.
Again, this is my bathroom at Mar-a-Lago. Trump's bathroom and the bathroom of the bathroom. The outhouse of the bathroom. Why can't you say the truth?
Folks, I live on the outskirt of the outskirt of the outskirt.
Yes, of richitude, wealthitude. Once had a shadchan tell me at a Shabbos lunch, I don't like it. This is literally the way I'm saying it is the way she said it. That's exactly the tone she said it in. You know something? I don't like your attitude. I was like, I feel like she stabbed me. I was like, oh my God, put away your sword, lady.
Like, relax, lady. What the
Holy
hell?
cannoli.
Take it easy.
I don't like your attitude. I was like, wow, dude.
Even your shotgun friend scares me.
No, she's actually very cool. She actually gets it. She really gets it. If she didn't, I would. Yeah.
She's like the Ritz cracker of
because
because the Eddie Murphy Ritz cracker.
Ritz cracker. What is it? Oh,
remember when he's like like when the girl makes you wait for a while, right? And it's like, imagine having like a Ritz cracker.
Oh yeah.
After being like starved.
Yeah.
It's like, this is the best Ritz cracker I've ever had.
Yeah, because it's like oxygen.
Yeah.
It's like fresh mountain air. This is some señorita's house, my friend. Yeah, dude, you gotta have to back it up. I think you can go around. You can go around. Yeah. We're in a jungle, and we're
like the kookaburra bird.
Yeah.
You know the bird.
Yeah,
like,
kookaburra. Yeah.
The kookaburra.
Folks, we're in like a jungle driveway.
Folks, we are pulling into.
And this is the cleaner's house.
This is the house of the ground.
This is the lawn grounds. Yeah, this is Jose's house. This is Pablo's house. Okay.
I feel like we better get out of here as soon as possible. We should. There might be a big coke deal going on.
Yeah, they're like. Remember that movie with who's the guy? Brendan Fraser, where he's like with what's her face, the British chick, and he becomes a coke dealer, and he goes, Raoul. Raoul?
Oh, you're talking about Bedazzled.
Bedazzled, yeah.
Where does this go?
I don't know, but the question is, if we try to find out, will we get shot by Uzis?
This is crazy. This is like jungles of Panama.
Remember Bedazzled? That he just becomes this guy, and he feels bad about being a coke dealer, and then they all try to shoot him.
Folks,
and then,
that was like the set of Predator.
It was, yeah. I actually went on the set of Predator when I was a kid. We went to Puerto Vallarta with my parents in Puerto Vallarta, and we went there. I actually have pictures of myself and I was 13, I want to say 12. Yeah, it's a pretty cool place.
We just escaped from a compound.
Yes. Mira, cabrón. Look at look at those two cocorocos over here. What do they call it? What did George Lopez say? The
cucuys.
Look at the two cucuys over here, man. They think they can enter the place, man. Two freaking cucuys over here, man. They think they're like cucuys. Mira, they're loco, man. You're gonna shoot them in the face, man.
Those people are terrifying people.
Oh man. This is dope, man. Yeah, so Hashem is in the words of Judge Smales. Well, we're waiting.
Baby, you remember.
Kendall Drive. This is pretty cool.
Yeah, the water is over there. I want to see if there's a way.
So let's see if we can get to. I think the only way to get to the water is if you own one of these houses and you go in your backyard.
That's why I was surprised
and that's the water.
when we got to that street with people fishing. Like I was,
well, that's all. It says no standing, and if you're like a little kid, you can kind of maybe
no
go.
outlet. Ah, damn it.
Banyan Drive. Interesting. Huh.
Everywhere, try to get near the water. There's a gate that says, "Do you really belong here? You don't belong here.
You don't belong.
The water
here.
isn't for people like you.
Exactly.
The water's for us."
Yes. You should know. How do you not know? Didn't we pass this church with an X before it's crosses?
Well, there's a lot of that going around here.
Yeah, they all look all the same.
But it's likely. It's somehow magically we're starting to head back to my to the
we are,
neighborhood.
yeah.
Folks, I tried to get lost.
Yes. It's hard to get lost there. I mean, it's like a very what do they call it? Cloistered area. Cloistered.
Yeah.
There's literally a place in New Jersey called the Cloisters.
We literally just passed the place here in Coconut Grove. I actually said it out loud. Look, the Cloisters. There's like a castle.
Oh, that's cool. Yes.
Oh man.
Margate. Interesting. This is cool. Hey, you got a gate over here. No, I'm just reading this guy's address. Well, folks, you know, the only other place that I really like driving around in this country, you ever been to La Jolla, California?
No.
It's a suburb of San Diego, or La Jolla.
La Jolla,
as they like to call it, La Jolla. That place is cool. I like that place. San Diego in general, I really love San Diego.
Go back to the valley, man.
Dude, San Diego, I went to eat at that place. Well, before I was kosher, that place by the Top Gun. They have all this where they filmed Top Gun, the bar.
Yeah.
They have amazing ribs, and yeah, it's cool. It's a cool place.
It's good stuff, man.
I don't know why I just started singing the Top Gun theme.
It's barely like, recognizable.
I tried to watch the second one. It was alright. I don't know.
I mean, that's exactly. It was pretty cool. Like, the flying.
Yeah,
stuff.
the flying stuff, and then the fact that it was like Iran. They bombed. I guess it's Iran, basically, that they're bombing.
Yeah, they couldn't say
nuclear facility.
Right, you couldn't specify.
Yeah.
There was some area, some Muslim.
Yeah, and it was like a mountainous area with snow. It was pretty cool. Whatever,
No, all the action stuff was pretty cool.
Yeah.
The reason it was pretty cool is because it wasn't like CGI.
Yeah.
It was actually real. Like he flew. Apparently, he flew real jets.
Yeah, no, he did. He was that's actually he does his own stunts in a lot of his movies. There was that you could see on YouTube. There was they showed the thing where he like screws up his ankle.
Yeah.
In one of the Mission Impossible, he's flying across from building to another, and he like screwed up his leg or something. I just give him respect for that, Besides the fact that he's completely insane. Scientologist.
Why do we have to give him respect? The guy wants to be an actor and be a big, a busy
make a lot of money,
big mouth, big shot.
Yeah, make a lot of
and
money.
He gets a lot of money. Why?
He gets some money. No, but what I'm saying is that a lot of people they have stunt doubles.
He's not like a veteran or anything. He's not like he didn't serve mankind.
No, he didn't. He did not.
Actors don't deserve.
You know what
respect.
his real last name is? Mapother.
What?
Yeah. Cruz is like it's like a stage last name. Mapother, that's his real last name. Mapother. He's from Jersey. He's from Princeton, I want to say.
Mapother.
Mapother. Yeah, man. Yes. So
you got me singing it. Great.
That's right.
So now folks, everywhere you were driving, right? That was like that's like the groundskeeper's neighborhood for the neighborhood we're in now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
The neighborhood we're in now, you can't even see the houses.
That was like the people that witness.
That was like
the scenes of Porque Maria.
That was the accountants. Of the people who live here.
Those are the people that are like, you come to them and you say, so what happened? Well, Maria came in, or no, Fernando came in. He's like, and he was like, "Por qué Maria? Oh my God, tell me! Oh my God, tell me more!" And then he's like, "Well, you'll never know." And then like, "Why did he say por qué?" Because she was saying how like, he was chiquito and he was grande, muy grande, and there was like cuchi going on. Oh my God! Oh. Basically, there's like Mexican Lashon Hara. That's what this is.
Yes.
Hispanic Telemundo Lashon Hara. situations. Yeah. ¿Por qué María? Fernando. Folks, in order to understand what the hell we're talking about, go watch on YouTube Pablo Francisco. We can even play it now if you want.
Nah.
For the folks at home.
Well, we got like what?
We can share the screen.
Hour?
Yeah, we can share the screen.
Nah. We should say something relevant pretty soon.
So what's relevant?
Maybe
I don't
in
know.
an hour.
I mean,
folks, maybe in an hour we'll say something relevant.
No, like right now. So basically, what are they? They bombed. They're thinking, by the way, that the bombing of the Soleimani yurt site, you want to call it, when they killed all those people the other day was it might have been ISIS. They're saying.
That's what it's being reported as.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Yeah.
I mean, care, but
yeah.
Like, who cares who they say it is?
They're gonna say that, yeah.
Like, we're not gonna. Are we gonna know the truth?
It could be Israel. It could be America. It could be.
I don't think it's Israel.
Who could it be now? Do-do-do-do-do. Who could it be now?
It could be Iran itself.
Yeah.
You know?
Could be Iran itself. Could be just like some random people against the regime. Who the hell knows? It could be a rival Shiite.
Something to make people talk to each other.
Yeah. Distraction.
This Epstein thing, distraction.
Yeah. Oh, dude, this Epstein thing.
What's really going on?
It's like they're
Wouldn't
releasing.
that be interesting to find out what's actually going on?
They came up to Bill Clinton and asked him about it. What is he gonna say? Sanction me. Like, what is he gonna say? You know, like, he just gave a smile, and then the reporter was like, but that's. She basically said something to the effect of like, but this is what this is what's MS. This is what's the truth. He just smiled and walk away. What is he gonna say? Yeah, I did that shit. What are you gonna do about it, bitch? What are you gonna do? Nothing. What are you gonna do about my so-called wife? What she did? Nothing. What are you gonna do about the fruitcakes, my fruitcake friends? Nothing.
So that's when I say black hole,
yeah.
And that's why I say real supernatural stuff needs to happen. Yeah. That's what's next.
Yeah.
I want, look, I guess I'm making myself,
not clear
into a clown for people, right?
Am I a clown to you?
No, like,
yeah.
people, like, when they hear this stuff, like, anybody's saying stuff like
this. It's like, dude, what's wrong with you? Yeah.
But it has to, resonate at some point.
No, here, I'll solve this for you right now. Usually the answer is, they'll say, but we have to, and even we've heard this from our friend Dr. Pam Popper. I think Todd Callender even said this. Pam Popper for sure. We have to go through the proper, the processes, the structure, the processes of the courts, and even if it's like a short period of time, we have to go through this. And I want to say to these people, have you seen that going through these processes works?
That's death.
No. Have you seen it over the course of 20 years? No. Have you seen it over the course of 1 year? No. Does it work at all, ever? No. No.
Look, when you hear, I want to talk about a decision that I make every time I hear somebody say that.
Yeah.
It's kind of like two options.
Yeah.
So, when you hear a person say we have to go through proper channels, even though that means everyone's going to die while we're going through proper channels, the proper channels were created to waste time to make sure everybody gets a chance to die before anything happens.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So that's, so you have to decide, the person telling you that, are they just desperate and they know not how to continue other than what they've known? No. And they just kind of like,
No, they think that the system still works.
No, I'm telling you what the options are in my mind.
Yeah. Right.
Or they're promoting the proper channels because they're
part of it.
They're part of it. They're the opposition.
Yeah.
The controlled opposition. They're trying to sabotage stuff and trying to lead people astray to go, make themselves busy with busy work and achieve nothing.
Yeah. Sorry, they just posted a thing that Dr. Fauci is going to have to speak not at a public congressional hearing, but at a private, some kind of interview in Congress. I think it's like next week, Tuesday, Monday, whenever it is. And then after that, there's going to be a public thing at some point in February, whenever this is going to be, in February, March.
Who cares?
It's like
who cares?
Okay.
he shouldn't be speaking. Okay?
Yeah.
Fauci speaking is not progress. Fauci no longer able to speak is progress.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like, they already interviewed him for like hours and hours in Louisiana. Did anybody hear about this? Except for me doing an imitation of, the 45-minute imitation of him answering, I can't recall for 175 times. Did anybody care? They showed him evidence of his crimes, literally his crimes, of like, meeting with this Dajak guy and all this, funding Eco Health Alliance and literally doing the research and meeting with Barrick and I may have met him in the bathroom.
You know what it
Folks,
is?
the guy is like...
No, but you know what it is?
Should be hung.
Yeah, but so you know what all that is?
Yeah.
I call it the sleep meter.
Yeah.
The actual discussion and the inquiry and the testimony.
Yeah. They're just measuring how asleep people are.
They're used. That must be what it's for.
Yeah.
There can be no other use for it than to find out how asleep are. Periodically, they're like, let's find out. Let's make sure that they continually stay asleep.
Yeah.
How successful is our sleep spell program? We'll put Fauci on, and then we'll see. Are they going to revolt? They should revolt.
But they didn't report this anywhere in the news. This little deposition.
Not this one. I'm talking about the one before and all the other ones and everything else.
Sure.
And Epstein and everything. It's a sleep meter.
Yeah. It's crazy. Like, the guy was interviewed by both Democrats and Republicans. The main guy was, what's his name, Rand Paul. And, like, people are just, they reported on Fox News. Dude, people should, like... I have a feeling people don't know that they can storm the Bastille. You ever wonder about that? Like, good people, right? There's more of us than there are of them. Why can't we?
No,
Why don't we?
People are not at... First of all, we're not there. We're not even there. People aren't even asking whether or not we can or why can't we.
Yeah.
People don't want to.
But dude, even the people that we come across, that we talk to, say the same things as us. So why don't they just... There's got to be like millions of us who have the same mindset that we want to. There's got to be at least 10% of this country that's like, dude, I really freaking want to. Okay, so 10 million people can get together and just march on the damn place.
Actually, 10 million people can't get together.
Why can those schmucks get together? All these pink hair MFers. Not 10 million. There's a bunch of them that got together in different cities. Free Palestine and all that shit.
Because they're protected by the government.
Oh, you're saying even if we wanted to, we would be in deep doo-doo.
Of course, but we're not supported by the powers that be, the money that the people in charge, and the law enforcement and military are protecting.
So
the
here's my
people in
question:
charge.
during, let's say, the French Revolution, what the military was with those people? I don't think they were. I think
the French Revolution was a time before they were entirely in charge. Yeah. The Jacobins, who are now in charge, right? They were not entirely in charge. They were still, competing factions.
Yeah.
There are no competing factions now.
Yeah, there's a uniparty. Well,
the military and the police will kill you and protect them. That's why.
So here's the thing. There's not 10 million soldiers in the military. There's less.
Look,
I'm being serious right now, dude. Like,
look, to get a person who lives in, like, let's say, a condo, right? Who watches TV, who's a comfortable slave, comfortable in their little cubicle.
Even a person who owns like 3 guns, one of these guys.
Yeah. Okay. Like, I'm talking about myself.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not saying that I'm removed from this. I'm using myself as an example. Like, are you really gonna go? Like, do you even trust the guy next to you, right? Like if you think, like, who can I gather to storm the Bastille with, right? And then the question is this guy gonna betray me? Like, do I really know him? Do I know her? Are they going to protect me? Am I gonna protect them? Can we trust each other? No. That's the answer. That's what happens in the mind of people. Do you understand? That's why they won. Okay? They won so much. Mm-hmm. It's such their victory is so complete that the only way I can kind of, rationalize why God allowed this to come is to make us make people understand that there's no conventional way out of this.
There's only him.
Yeah,
only
nothing
him.
historic that's ever been done can get us out of this. Yeah. It has to be 100% supernatural weirdness. Yeah. Marshmallow Men, giant biffs, flying saucers, Bigfoot, dragons, the whole 9 yards. Yeah. That's what it has to be. You know what folks, I'm kind of doing a little bit of shtick. But whatever true spiritual, supernatural wonders are, that's what I'm talking about. Okay? I'm going to keep saying it because what else do I got to do? Yeah. You know? Yeah. I feel like people are going to 5-10 years behind. Yeah. Let's get to the brass tacks, as they say. Yeah. Let's get, come on. Yeah. I want you all to hurry up a little and finally realize that, God's real, spirituality's real, demons, unicorns,
which, by the way, they're in the
purple one-eyed people eaters.
Those guys are in the Torah, unicorns.
They're
in the Gemara.
I know.
So I guess God
lions and tigers and bears.
I guess
everything else.
Exactly. But I guess we spoke about God needing. I guess God needs all of this as well. This whole process, for whatever reason. I think it's
the only one. He's the only one that does.
It's just a replay of all the.
It's not.
Meaning we know that we have. Was it the last exile? It's the exile of Ishmael. Where Ishmael kind of like this guy who's like if you look at the Arab world, he's just, God blessed him with oil. Before oil he was nothing, and then it actually even says he's going to rise up and be like this wealthy guy who just in Russian we say kachayet prava.
I know, but you're
rules
talking,
the roost.
You're talking about big, giant, general, realities.
I'm just saying that's one aspect of it. The other aspect is I feel like there's going to be, my friend in Israel likes to call it the shibud, the subjugation with a capital S. The shibud is like this, we talk about all these different entities. It's like one, if you lump them all together, it's called the shibud. And so it's going to be a shibud in a way. It's a global shibud, which is Mitzrayim, a form of Mitzrayim, and we have to be brought out of Mitzrayim by. I was just learning about this today, about that there's only one person who can bring us out, is Mashiach. There's only one Redeemer. There's no other Redeemer but Him. And one of the things I was learning this is from Nesiva Shalom. This is the commentary on the Parsha from the, what's his name? The Slonim Rebbe. He passed away in 2000. So he said it has to get to a point where we're so, what's called mevatel, we're so just nullify ourselves to Hashem. It's almost like we have to get to such a low place, and then that the people who actually feel these things, like people like you and I, other people, we're sensitive to these things, and the world has to get to such a low place where we feel like there's no other solution to this.
So
issue.
Basically, if you can think of here's a good metaphor. This has happened to countless individuals, right? But there have been individuals who have died horrible, lonely deaths. But before they died, they were like treading water in the middle of the ocean. Yeah. Or flying through the air. They drop out of a plane or something like that, where they have some time to really be in despair and panic and feel completely alone and helpless. Yeah. So that's happened to infinite people. Yeah. Not infinite, but
a lot of people.
Countless. Yeah. Okay? But that kind of, just kind of like wading, just treading water in the middle of the ocean alone, with no help in sight.
Like the guy, like
humanity
DiCaprio.
Itself needs to get to that consciousness, because that's where we are.
Collectively, not just like a few people.
Yeah. That's what we're
we have to acknowledge that that's where we are. I think Hashem has not.
God is doing that specifically because when we're in that situation, there is no choice but to turn, but to ask.
So here's my
for miraculous.
So here's my little. It's not a caveat. It's my little. I guess you want to call it a. In legal term, a rider. My rider in this contract that you're describing. I think it really the minimum thing that would precipitate that is just for the Jewish people to be in that state. And I don't know.
We've been in that state for a little bit already.
We're now
so obviously it's not enough.
We're now getting, as you can see, more and more into that state, and we know again back
How
to
much more? How
well,
much more?
Well, hear me out. It's not more. It's that again we're heading into Purim. What happened on Purim? The Jewish people saw that it's like holy crap. It's like we're screwed, and they just cried out. They cried out and they fasted.
You just described every one of our holidays.
I'm saying Purim specifically, not, yeah, I know, what is it? They tried to kill us, we won't let's eat, I know. I'm just saying specifically Purim, the way Purim was going to go down, where it was really like, dude, like, there's a gzeira, there's a decree on every Jew on earth, in a known kingdom at that time. Here, it's like, it seems like there's a decree on every Jew on earth, right? No matter where you go, there's people walking around going, kill the Jews, free Palestine, kill the Jews. That's just like light. Light version. We could like, force the president of the university to resign, whatever, like, they still want to kill us. That didn't change anything. This Claudine Gay hemorrhoid person resigned. I like to call her hemorrhoid. It didn't change anything. Can
you explain that hemorrhoid?
Oh, the gematria of her name, Claudine Gay, if you spell it out in Hebrew, gematria is 223, which is the same word as Tor. Or, not Tahor, not pure, but Tor.
Oh, okay.
Like, which is related to tuchis, tachat,
right.
which is it's a hemorrhoid. She's a pain in the ass. So
she's a hemorrhoid.
Yes, she's a pain in the ass. So even if you remove the hemorrhoid, you still got.
She looks like a hemorrhoid.
Yeah, exactly. You still got like Ahmed and Mustafa walking around, or even like the white girls, who are their friends. Free Palestine, yeah. Okay, put on a burqa. No, subjugation, yeah. Put on a burqa. Okay. This is how this is going to go down, by the way. Yeah. So, at the very least, the Jewish people. I don't know if it's even necessary for like 8 billion people to come to some realization. Just the Jewish people. The majority of the Jewish people. Or the people of Israel. Maybe.
No.
Okay.
It's going to take more. No.
One man's opinion. What do they call it? In my humble opinion. I think we should head back. Okay. Are we heading back?
We are.
Do you know where you're going?
Fair, basically.
Where we're going, we don't need roads. Roadhouse.
Well, in this car is the first time I could say I don't necessarily need roads.
Yes. Oh, that's true. Folks, this is Frank's doomsday car.
Yeah.
It's a luxury doomsday car.
Listen, I tried to get a 4Runner, and they were so expensive.
Yes.
That a better car is less expensive. Explain that. We're not going to talk about that. I've talked about that too much already.
Yeah.
I just wanted a good 4x4.
I think you know what it is. There's some cars. There's this whole thing with like they're trying to move inventory of certain cars, and then they'll just, crank down the price, and that's what they're trying to do.
I just think there are trends, and 4Runners. Yeah. Very, very popular now. It's extremely popular.
Yeah. So especially if you're in ISIS.
Right. So it's more expensive than a better car.
Yeah.
So it's
Accidente? I love that commercial. Accidente? Call me.
Yeah.
Man, folks, this is like, it's funny. I was just telling Frank the other day, we're basically like Florida's a weird state because it's really is America, but then there's parts of it that are not America.
No, it's all America.
It's all America, just culturally like, does anybody here speak English?
Yeah, but this is more America than where we come from.
That is true, of course. Than Jersey, of course.
Than Brooklyn?
Yeah, of course.
That shit ain't America.
It's not. Every time I go to Brooklyn, like the part, South Brooklyn, like the part where my grandma lives, where we grew up, it's like, dude, it's literally more and more Russian by the day. And it's not even Russians anymore, it's Uzbekis. Like Brighton?
Yeah.
That whole area, Brighton, Neptune Avenue, it's Uzbekistan. Uzbekis, Kyrgyz, all those people. All the, Dagestan, whatever. But like Muslims.
Yeah. Yeah, seems about right. Yeah. That seems to be the general
Dude,
pattern.
There's a guy that I learned in the same colo as me. He's like an older gentleman, and he used to own the kosher pizza place. There was a kosher pizza place on the corner of Coney Island Avenue in Brighton, where Millennium Theater is. Like right on that corner, there used to be a kosher pizza. His family used to own that thing. And he told me, you know what he told me? He said back in the even the 70s, 60s, 70s for sure, even early 80s, half of the places in Brighton were kosher.
Yeah.
Like at least a third or half were kosher. He goes, now there is literally nothing.
Yeah,
you have kosher products in some stores. Russian stores.
There was one, like, I haven't been there in so long, but I guess anything I remember is going 20 years back.
Yeah. But no, he goes, and I'm like, why isn't there? I'm like, there's shuls there. There's people who, in the area who would like kosher. He's just like, it's not enough of a demand. Everybody moved out to either different places, or they moved to Jersey, Long Island, other parts of Brooklyn, Flatbush. So the closest kosher restaurant you have to Brighton is Avenue U, Holy Schnitzel, and all these. There's a few other restaurants in there. Just Avenue U basically is the closest.
Completely. I recognize nothing anymore. That's how long That's how long I've been gone. I don't recognize the thing.
Yeah.
I don't know what people are talking about anymore.
Yes. You're heading back, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But you're gonna have to stop the.
Yeah, no, I will when we get over there.
We're pretty close.
So, okay.
If
you want to stop it now?
If you want to go home, we gotta stop.
Akshav?
That's correct.
Okay.
Here, folks. This is my house.
All right, folks.
Come to this guy's house.
Maria.
Yeah.
¿Por qué Maria?
Why am I? I don't.
It's a bird.
I don't have anything against this guy.
It's a bird. Okay.
Okay, this is my house.
All right, folks. No,
this
it's
is
not.
my house.
No, it's not. All right, folks.
No, over here on the left.
Any hoodle.
This is definitely my block, though.
Is it your block?
No.
I'm saying, should I turn off? I should.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. All right, folks. It's been real.
Folks, thanks.
This is gonna be posted. This is gonna be posted probably when I get back.
I think we're we're just goofing around.
Yeah.
Because it's New Year's. I was sick. He's here.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird.
Yeah.
And we'll get back to normal.
But these have been very good episodes. The topics have been actually episodes. I broke them into shorter. Let's say 2 hours max each one.
I feel insecure. I don't know if we really delivered like we normally do.
It's never. We never think it's good, but then we post stuff and people are like, "Yo, that was really good."
I hope it was good.
Okay. So yeah, and I just got a response from because I posted the one before this on. Well, not before this. The most recent one that I posted also on YouTube. The one we talked about, the breathe and all that stuff. So this guy actually just responded to me. I want to see what he wrote to me. What did he write to me? Maybe I can read it live on here. Let's see. I don't know if I should say his name, but I just saw your post on YouTube with Frank. How long are you in Miami for? Oh, he lives in Miami. Oh. Damn it, cat. I'm gonna have to respond to him. Well, I'm leaving. All right, sir, folks. We'll talk to you soon. And see you back in New York. Peace out.